Welcome back. In this video, we're going to start laying the groundwork for the game over screen. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up the game over screen, and I have a typo here where I actually accidentally put an R here so when we made the template. So I'm going to remove that, open up these two lines, and I'm going to delete these and just put them down in the create, and then I can remove the preload method here. So now we're just getting the width and the height, and we're putting a background. So obviously the first thing we really want to do is probably improve the color of the background to be more like the rest of the game. So what we can do is just come over here and we'll make it a really dark gray or almost black basically again. So let's just reload that and make sure that we didn't break anything. So we can tap to start. And we can catch a meteor, and we go to now a black screen instead of a bright red screen. Great. What we can do is we can first make this variable we can use later. So let's say const bg equals this dot add rectangle. We can also add the play again button, or the sprite we created. We'll just say const play again equals this dot add dot sprite. We'll center it. Entities again. And then we call it UI / play again. All right, so now we have this, but it's going to be super small again. So of course we want to make it a little bigger. So we'll just set scale to 2, I guess. Or actually, let's do it 4. I think that's what we did in the other screen. We don't want to show the play again button as soon as the player gets to the next screen, because we're going to add some logic to make it so that they can touch anywhere on the screen to play again after a little time has passed, because otherwise when you get to this screen, your finger will let up and it'll detect the pointer up event and start you over again. So there'll be no way to see the game over screen with your finger off the screen. So let's real quickly just say set visible false here. All right, and then we'll just use a timeout here. We'll make an arrow function here. And then we'll say bg.set interactive. And then we'll say bg.on pointer up. This dot scene dot start scenes dot game, and then we'll say play again dot visible or set visible true. And then we should be able to do this after 1 second. So put 1,000 milliseconds here. So we add the play again image here, and then we put a timeout for 1 second. So after the screen's been displayed for 1 second, we will display something that says play again. So let's see how that looks. So we can tap to start. Lucky for us, we get hit. And after 1 second, it says play again. And we can tap here to go back to the other screen. So now we just need to do a few more simple tweaks to have this something that we can use. So what we'll do is we'll say this dot add dot sprite, and again we'll just center it horizontally. Now we'll do a height divided by 4, so it'll be at a quarter of the way down the screen, and we'll put entities here. And here we'll do UI / score. And this one, I think it'll look better if we make it bigger, since the score numbers are big too. So we can just set scale 6 on this one. And then we can do set origin. And we'll have the origin be in the middle horizontally, but we'll put it at the bottom of the vertically so that it actually sits right above a quarter of the way down the screen. And then we'll do the opposite for the score number. So real quick, if we just want to go back and see how that looks. All right, so it says score here, and then after a minute or a second, literally a second, this shows up. So the last thing we really need to do here is we need to add some text to display the actual score. So we'll say const score equals this.add.bitmap text. And again, we'll center it, and we'll put it a quarter of the way down again. And we'll use the star font we made. And we'll use this.registry.score. Again, we could have passed this into the function. And then we can say score.setOrigin. And we need to do this before we do any other modifications. Otherwise, for some reason in Phaser, it'll get really weird. So we'll say 0.5 and then 0. And then we'll make it a little bit bigger, but the font is already big, so we can do set scale 2. And then just for fun, so we can make it a different color, we can say set tint, and let's make it red, green, really bright green. All right, so let's see what that looks like now. All right, so let's get a score. So we'll collect 1. So now it says score and 1, and then it has play it again down here. So in the next video, I think we can start making this a little bit more suitable for mobile phones. There's actually a bug, so it won't even load on a mobile phone right now. So I'll see you there.